As part of our work with STL 250, the nonprofit group in charge of St. Louis's big birthday celebration, we're looking at the city's history with stories from past Living St. Louis shows and newly produced ones. We begin with alumni from an African-American parochial school and why it meant so much to them to have a reunion. Most folks who grew up in the Carr Square Village neighborhood or live in North St. Louis City or County know the St. Nicholas Parish Center opens its doors to roller skaters. 6-year-old Michael Wren of Jennings is the third generation of his family to skate here. There's a skating rink closer to home, but his mother, Arriel Bivens-Biggs, wouldn't dream of coming anywhere else but here.
Yes. My father and my mother used to skate here when they were younger. My dad was the DJ, and my mom was a skater that came up from another housing development. And they met, they had 4 other children, and then they brought us skating here, and then I started to bring my son. When he was 1 year old, we put him on skates and told him to go skate. He used to fall around everywhere, but now he skates. He skates really well, frontwards and backwards.
St. Nicholas church member Willie Everett runs the skating program.
We get them to come from Normandy, they come from West Florissant, and they come all over the place because this is where their roots were. And they moved out of this area years ago, but they still remember where they used to skate at.
The skating program began as an extracurricular activity for students at St. Nicholas School. It was started by Brother Richard Bohr. He joined the staff in 1967 when it offered more extensive education than its preschool and daycare do today. Bohr is no longer a religious brother. He left his order and eventually became a husband and father. But his memories of and ties to St. Nicholas are as strong as ever.
As a religious brother, my function was to work with the kids at the school and give them the opportunity to grow through different types of activities. So we started a bunch of different youth programs, basketball, roller hockey, and the Blues gave us jerseys. We kind of grew the school into kind of a little basketball power. We had what we called a wee little boys team, an intermediate team, and then a varsity team. And they all did very well. We won a good number of city championships. We made it a traveling team. We traveled quite a bit up into Illinois. We played at halftime at the Chicago Stadium. And so it was quite a time for St. Nick's in the sports area, if you will.
Academics were strong too. Students had structure, purpose, and a strong sense of belonging. Those good memories inspired Rich Bohr and his wife Karen, a former St. Nick's student, to organize a reunion.
We live in Las Vegas. We've been away for over 30 years, but our son is named after St. Nick's, quite frankly. Yeah, so there's an attachment there. And when we started this reunion thing, people start coming out of the woodwork, wanted to get involved. That's St. Nick's.
St. Nicholas Church was founded around the end of the Civil War. German-speaking Catholic St. Louisans wanted a parish closer to where they lived. Archbishop Peter Kenrick honored their request. The original St. Nicholas was built on the northeast corner of 19th Street in Lucas. The parish opened in 1866 and a school followed 12 years later. Starting in 1917 through the 20s, German Americans moved out of this area as factories and businesses moved in. African Americans moved in too. St. Nicholas parochial administrator Father Urey continues a stewardship that began in 1926 when then Archbishop John Glennon entrusted the now predominantly black parish to Father Mark's order, the Society of the Divine Word. Its founder, Father Joseph Holken, was the first SVD pastor of St. Nicholas.
My religious order around this time, the 1920s, very, very important. We had got permission from Rome to open the first seminary in the United States to serve the African American young boys who would like to be priests.
The order began a tradition of providing a strong religious education to the boys and girls of St. Nicholas. A committee of parents and community leaders supported the work of the school. Academic education was overseen by the Precious Blood Sisters of O'Fallon, Missouri. In 1938, they opened an accredited high school to complement the grade school. Those schools are now gone, but the work of the sisters continues with St. Nicholas Preschool and Daycare. It's housed in a church complex built in 1960 on the 700 block of North 18th Street.
In Africa, you know, we have what we call the Palava hut. The Palava hut is a little hut, you know, that people come around to talk, to meet, interact, and interface, and tell stories, and share. So St. Nicholas has been that for this community.
We want to make this day special. Thank all of you that came out, came from California, from Arizona, from all around.
St. Nicholas alumni gathered for a weekend of activities in May of 2013 that concluded with a mass at the church, followed by a luncheon in the same space where they made roller skating memories. They raised money for the preschool and daycare and celebrated the successes they've achieved as adults. Retired U.S. Representative Bill Clay is a 1949 graduate of the high school. His son, Congressman Lacey Clay, was baptized in St. Nicholas Church.
I always attended church here every Sunday with either my parents or my grandparents who brought me here to this church. So being a part of this church laid the foundation for me.
Areva Bell attended St. Nicholas from the 4th to 8th grade. She went on to graduate from Rosati Kane High School, the University of Chicago, and Harvard Law School. Today, Areva Bell Martin and her husband run a prominent law firm in Los Angeles.
When I think about how I got started and where I am today, and how I got where I am today, I can't help but be reminded of the incredible people that I was blessed to get to know and to be a part of at St. Nicholas School.
John Nance is a key account sales manager at 3M Corporation in St. Paul, Minnesota. Nance was a K-8 St. Nick student.
St. Nicholas has transitioned, so now it's time for us who have went through the K-8 to transition and to continue to give back and help the kids today, because they're going to be our future leaders.
That kind of devotion to the school can be traced back to teachers like Sister Jean Rachel Brown. She taught kindergarten and 4 primary grades in the 1970s.
I felt very at home here. Well, we did live up on the 2nd floor up here. And the children were so accepting of people, especially their teachers. I think everybody loved their teacher. So it's like a homecoming thing when I come here.
To the cellar to pray.
This moment pretty much sums up the story of St. Nicholas School and the impact Sister Jean, Rachel, and other teachers had on their young charges. Former student Frances Wilkes, who attended the reunion, serenaded her with a tune the sister taught all the boys and girls.
Oh, the deacon went down, oh, the deacon went down to the cellar to pray, to the cellar to pray. He fell asleep, and he stayed all day, and he stayed all day. Oh, the deacon went down to the cellar to pray. He fell asleep, and he stayed all day. Oh, my Lord. No more. Thank you, Sister Gina Rachel.
Yeah, Kate, that was cute.